Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Review. Today we're taking a look at the new release from Spinnaker watches. This is the Spinnaker Challenger 5159-2 in the green variation. It's a really interesting dive watch with a huge domed crystal. Kind of like the Picard, but a bit more modern and a nicer dial. Look at this dial, it's like a fish scale dial. Really, really nice. I'll show you the packaging, what's on my wrist, and we'll dig a little deeper. Now, the Challenger does come in this new kind of style case here. You open it up right here. Comes with your warranty card and an extra rubber band as well. Let me get the rubber band out. You can see this is a green rubber band, it's the green dial variation. And the rubber band itself is actually genuine rubber, quick release on the back. Very nice, very flexible. Tried it on the watch, you get a little logo down here as well. Custom Spinnaker buckle. On my wrist today is the Oceanica Searaveb. This is another dive watch. This is a 300-meter dive watch with a black ceramic bezel and a Miyota 9015. Which is a pretty cool looking watch. If you want, you can check them out. Now, getting to some basic specifications here on this model. Price, you're looking at $400, a little above $400. But you can save 20%. I use the code down in the description below. And on their website, there probably is a code to save 20 or 25%. So definitely check that out. I will drop a link down to them in the description below. Looking at a solid 316L stainless steel case here. About 41 millimeters in terms of case diameter here. 12 millimeters case thickness. So pretty thin for a dive watch. The watch itself is 48 millimeters top to bottom or lug to lug. We're looking at 20 millimeters in between those lugs. Comes on a oyster style stainless steel brushed bracelet, which actually looks pretty nice, conforms very nicely to the case there. The watch itself does have a double domed sapphire crystal which pokes up really high, which is quite interesting. But yeah, it gives that really domed look and it kind of distorts the dial at different angles. I thought that was really interesting on this model. As you can see there, it's just really pronounced dome on this dial. If I get it a little closer on the dial, you can see here, this is the green variation. Kind of looks like fish scales underwater, something of that nature. You can read automatic. This is a 300-meter dive watch. Definitely capable of diving. If you want to take it shallow diving, no issues with this model here. No crown guards on this model. Really nice brushed case. You get slight polishing going around the sides of the case over here. Coin edge bezel, 120 clicks with a ceramic loomed insert. Really nice case finish on this model, I must say. This one is running the NH35A, which most of you guys are pretty familiar with. So we get a nice screw down crown here. Bezel does line up as well. You can wind the movement via the crown right here. One position, you get a quick set date, which matches the dial, quite large and easy, very easy to read. There's the date, and then you can pull out to the second position. That's hacking. Nice large loomed hands, kind of like popsicle stick hands. Looks like a, I don't know, like a spatula or something of that nature on the actual minutes hand. Very legible markers. Really interesting watch. A lot of detail went into producing this dial, obviously. Screw that back down. About a 40-hour power reserve, beats at 3 Hertz, and very reliable. Keeps about +5 seconds per day. The watch comes on a nice oyster style bracelet, which is using actual, if I get in here a little closer, using pins on this one. A custom Spinnaker buckle here. You get 2 buttons, opens up to a custom milled clasp. And you also do get a diver's extension along with 3 micro adjustments. If you want to throw it over a wetsuit, you can do that. Clicks in very nicely. And yeah, the bezel itself is 120 clicks for timing up to 60 minutes. Pretty nice action. Really no backplay on this one. Pretty nice bezel actually, I must say. But yeah, it's a really interesting dive watch. I must say the dial is crazy at all those different angles. If you look at it from a side angle, just look at that. Kind of looks like it's kind of flat at the top and domes upwards. Really interesting case. Flip over to the case back, as you can see here. You do get an exhibition case back. Screwed down the case back, quick release on the bracelet if you want to swap to the rubber band pretty quickly. This model was released on the 26th for sale, so it's definitely for sale right now if you want to check out Spinnaker. Really interesting watch, filled with a lot of lume as well. I will get you a lume shot and show you exactly what that looks like. Now, fully loomed up, as you can see with the torch, we get BGW9 on the actual bezel and C3 on the actual hands markers and the sweeping second hand. Really cool, the outline, that skeletonized part of the minutes hand. I find that very interesting. Really strong lume though, I must say. For a 300-meter diver, it's definitely very good. That will last all night. On my 6.5-inch wrist, the watch fits very nicely at 48 lug to lug, 40 millimeter case. 20 between those lugs makes it very easy to swap bands as well. You can throw it on a NATO, rubber band, or keep it on the bracelet. I would recommend keeping it on the actual bracelet. It's a very decent style bracelet. And that really nice dome is kind of something to play with in the light, as you can see there. It looks really cool. Nonetheless, very comfortable on the wrist. Very comfortable on the actual wrist. Doesn't wear too high on the wrist either. and it's definitely can read the time at all angles, even with that distortion. So furthermore, guys, I think this watch is actually a very interesting piece and a new release from Spinnaker. Probably going to sell out pretty quick. There are about 4 or 5 different variations of this dial and bezel color, so definitely check them out. No quality control issues on my end. Very nice, comes with an extra rubber band. For the price, you're getting a very unique watch. It definitely doesn't look like anything else out there on the market. It's not like a homage or anything of that. If anything, definitely their own creation. And that dial is just insane. I really, really like it. Just really interesting, great case finishing and cut. Everything really adds up. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below this new release, the Spinnaker Challenger. And I will comment more down below. Like the video, share with your friends. Definitely check out this watch. It's a really, really interesting timepiece. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in.